Okay, so today we're going to focus exclusively on writing equations in slope-intercept form. And we're not going to see a whole lot of graphs today. I'm just going to give you information such as points that the line passes through, different kinds of slope, and I'll show you ways that we can use that information to write equations in the form y equals mx plus b. And I just want to take just about 5 minutes right now to show you 3 quick examples, and they kind of get trickier as they go. The first one here is this one, number 1, where it says using the description, give the equation of the line in slope-intercept form. Now here's what they tell us. They tell us that the slope is 3. And they also say that the line passes through 0, 4. Now this one really requires no work, and here's why. Because remember, it's really just a matter of finding y equals mx plus b, which basically means we have 2 things to solve for. So in every single problem today, we're solving for m and we're solving for b. That's what we have to find, and we just plug that information in. Y and x just stay the same. They're just going to appear in the equation. But like I said, there's really nothing to solve for here because they just come out and tell us what the slope is. So right away, I can write y equals 3x. And now I'm just trying to find out what b is, what the y-intercept is. And again, for this first example, there's no work required because they tell us that it passes through 0, 4. Remember, when x is 0, this number here is the y-intercept. This is our value b. So they're, in so many words, they're literally just telling us that the y-intercept is positive 4. So this equation is y equals 3x plus 4. Pretty straightforward. You'll see that these next 2 examples that we'll do together are very similar. Now this next set of examples adds a layer of difficulty. It says that the line passes through 1, 9 and has a slope of 4. So right away we have half the problem done. We know it's that y equals 4x plus b. But b isn't so obvious this time, right? Because this isn't 0. The x value isn't 0. So I know it passes through this line, through this point, and I know it has to hit the y-intercept somewhere. But I don't know what that is yet. So we're going to have to use a little algebra to figure it out. Now look here. We have 3 variables, y, x, and b. I can solve an equation if I have 1 variable. If I can get it down to 1 unknown value, well then I can solve it. And if you look here, they tell us an x value and a y value. So I can plug these values in for y and x as well as the slope and then solve for b. And here's how that looks. It's going to be 9 equals 4 times 1 plus b. Now, you see what I did there? All I did was I took the 1, my x value, plugged it in for x. I took the 9, my y value, and plugged it in for y. So now we're just going to simplify this. This is going to be 9. There we go. That's a 9. 9 equals 4 times 1 is 4 plus b. Subtract 4 from both sides. You're just going to get b is equal to 5. And that's all the work right there. So this would the 3 different types of problems we're going to see today. This is the medium difficulty where you have to solve for the y-intercept. So really their answer then is just going to be, and I'll use a different color here, my final answer is y equals 4x plus 5. And that's it. We're just using the slope that they gave us and the y-intercept that we calculated. Okay, now the trickiest type of problem that we'll see today is ones where they just give us two pairs of ordered pairs. They just say, okay, the line passes through 1, 3, and -3, -5. Write the equation. Okay, so they're not telling us the y-intercept, and they're not telling us the slope, so we have to find both. Now, we found slope using ordered pairs, so we're going to do that again today. So this is just kind of a review of what we did a couple days ago. So I find my change in y. Remember, slope is equal to change in y over change in x. Now, from 3 to -5, remember, think about the direction. This is my change in y, because these are my y values. From 3 to -5 is a change of -8. And then from 1 to -3 is a change of -4. So my slope then, when I reduce this ratio, comes out to be positive 2. -8 over -4 gets us positive 2. Now, just like we did a moment ago where we plugged in x and y values, we're going to do the exact same thing here. And here's the interesting thing. It doesn't matter which ordered pair you use, because remember, both of these ordered pairs are solutions for the equation. So you can use either one. I'll just use the first one, 1 and 3. So I'm going to plug in a y value. Y equals, or 3 equals, mx 2 times my x value 1 plus b. And now we're just going to solve for b, and we'll have our answer here. So this is going to be 3 equals 2 times 1 is 2 plus b. Subtract 2 from both sides, and we just get b is equal to 1. So our final answer is going to be y equals 2x plus 1. We found the slope here by using our change in y and change in x, and then we chose one of the ordered pairs. In this case, I used this one, as well as the slope, to calculate the y-intercept. So that's our lesson in a nutshell, and we'll do more practice when I see you this morning.